All right, Richmond, summer is right around the corner, and that means people are gonna wanna be sitting outside, taking in a view, having a drink. So today we are talking about all of the rooftops that you should check out in Richmond in 2026. Let's do it.
Hey guys, this is Galen Parker and my best friend and business partner, Jared Davis. And today we're talking about rooftops. First and foremost, like and subscribe. Stick with us as we go through the journey through Richmond. Look up, you will see it. Let's go taste it.
You know what's funny is that about a decade ago, I've been in Richmond my whole life, I would say that there was almost no rooftops that you could be a part of. I remember going out of town for a wedding over a decade ago and being in Austin, Texas, and being on a rooftop and thinking, man, why don't we have any of these in Richmond? But now, 10 years later, we actually have a pretty good amount of rooftops in Richmond.
And they're fun. They're fun to be at. It's a nice little change of pace. So we are gonna talk about a couple of different ones. We're not gonna go deep into all of them because some of you've already been there before, but we want you to just to pick. Here's the challenge for you, is just choose one or two that you can engage in the spring, the summer, and then let us know what you think. But here we go, Jared, where are we gonna go first?
So the first one we're gonna do is one that opened a while ago. Back in the day, maybe you remember Cabana Rooftop. Well, now it is called Solaire. It is still located on the same address, 700 East Main Street.
I feel like that's the one that people see, like, because they're familiar with the old name and they see this new. So this is kind of like a new rooftop experience for you.
They do different things, like you can get brunch there. There's typically DJs and music and things like that at night. It used to be the tallest one in Richmond, and then I believe technically one of our later mentions comes in. I think it's hypothetically tall. But so that's number one that we think you should check out if you're looking for, again, great view, because it just gives you a nice panorama of all of downtown.
And for all of these, I tried to like make a little bit of a note of like signature drinks and cocktails that people recommended. So for Solaire, everyone's saying check out their Espresso Martinis. You know
we love
how daddies feel about the
Martini.
Espresso Martinis. So if someone says check out one particularly, we are definitely going to do it.
Next one, this is actually one I have not been to yet, but in my search for patios for people, it popped up. It's one I want to try, and that is the Pit and the Peel. That is gonna be at 1210 West Main Street. Think like smoothie bowls and smoothies and some healthy food. There's gotta be some avocado toast in the vicinity somewhere, right?
I don't know if you could ever say like a healthier option for a rooftop, but if you were going to, this is probably what it is. A lot of people mention like their seasonal sangria, so that's obviously like a little bit of lighter fare. So if that's kind of your energy, as Jared mentioned, it's not really like a nightlife thing that you're going to be looking for, but think like maybe after the gym or like a lunch meeting, for sure. That's where you want to hit up.
But now, let's say you're like, Jared, Galen, that sounds awful. I want like a burrito quesadilla and tequila. Juan's Rooftop, 11 West Broad Street. This is gonna be your late night crowd. It's not to say you can't eat there during the day, but Juan stays open late, right? Juan's one of those places, somehow plays music louder than I don't know it's possible. And maybe it's because I'm getting old, but if you've ever like just walked by Juan's, you're like, how? They should get some earplugs, like their ears could be in danger, right? That's why I know I'm getting really old. But Juan's has dancing and clubbing and all that stuff on the first floor, if you can call it clubbing. We're too old and it just doesn't really exist in Richmond for the most part.
Juan's is just like cool because it's known for like that lively, that Latin flair, and I love all of that. Juan's definitely really, it's like some place you want to go. It's like good energy, good fun kind of vibe, and definitely something different.
If you want to dance late,
really want to dance,
and then go up to the rooftop after, right, and kind of get away from the music and all that stuff, you can. But if you wanted to go to the rooftop for music, I'm gonna do it a little out of order. I'm going to Havana 59 first. That is 16 North 17th Street. This is a Richmond staple. It's been there forever. Salsa dancing every Thursday night. It has been forever outside of COVID, right? It's the place to be if you wanna do salsa on a weeknight. It's really good, and you wanna do it outside, right?
It's just kind of cool, right? Like you're salsa dancing like under the lights, like, you know.
I love it. You know, me and my wife used to go all the time. It's the best. Thursday nights, that's the time. So again, you can start downstairs, you can have some nice Cuban food. They do not do food up, so it really is just the rooftop for dancing. I don't know what they do on other nights or if they have private things, but Thursday nights, if you're looking for a salsa place, looking out over farmer's market area of downtown, it's good.
For both places, the mojito was recommended. So that might be just like the basicness of what people are ordering in Richmond, but that is what people have been recommending. So try it out, let's see what we got.
I don't think I've ever not had a mojito at Havana. You're talking Cuban versus Mexican, you know what I mean, at that point. So,
everyone loves a mojito.
Now this one is one that I pretty much lived at back in the day. My staple, it was my home. And it was because every time you went there, you didn't know what you were gonna get. Yeah. It was the best. So the historic Hofheimer building used to be called Hofgarden. Now, if you look at it, it's called Harry's,
yeah.
right? Harry's, which is kind of Tapa-y, kind of upscale fare. They changed everything on the inside. Some unique cocktails, but if you haven't been to the Hofheimer building, I'm sure you have if you're watching this, but if you haven't, it is a building that's broken up into all different kinds of areas. So you've got Harry's on the first floor, and then the second floor, you have 2 different areas.
That's kind of confused me, but yeah.
Chill house music and low light and vibes. And then on the other side, they're doing karaoke, or maybe there's an acoustic player. I went one time and they literally just had wrestling matches. And then you get to the third floor, and the third floor is where it is a patio top. So right near Boulevard and Broad, right? They've changed the menus kind of 1,000 times, and they've rebranded and they whatever, but the roof has always remained the same.
I went to not too long ago when it was Harry's, and I was very happy with the menu, so I was just like, okay, this is a nice little change up. So go there, let us know what you enjoy there. Most people recommended the old fashioned. To me, it's kind of like a basic drink to kind of like recommend, so maybe they're doing something a little bit different. A lot of people start smoking them, a lot of different stuff. I'm very curious to see what you guys think about the takes. Let us know in the comments.
Put in the comments if you know.
We're talking about the boathouse.
It's there.
Right. If you really want to talk about which one, I say go to the Hopewell one. I think the Hopewell one's like the best one. It's really good. They're there. They're awesome. You've been there before. Don't jump in the comments about it.
I'm gonna give you a brewery one next, and I just think it's a cool vibe. There's not a bunch of rooftop breweries, but Starr Hill in Scott's Addition. There's a million breweries down there. Pretty much the story of my life is a walkable day in Scott's Addition.
There's just tons of great stuff. And I was talking about like business stuff. Like for us, we're real estate agents. We've got closing companies down there. We've got entitlement stuff. There's a bunch, so we're down there a lot.
Yeah, so Starr Hill, I like the vibe because they've got kind of flowers and plants up on the roof, and it's the place where if you just want a beer, right, but you still just kind of want a nice garden vibe.
Yeah.
It's up on the roof, it feels good, it's just nice.
And it's a little bit different just because of the location. Scott's Addition, everything's like, it's every single level because it all used to be like old like warehousing. I used to live back there, and now it's totally different.
Next one we're gonna hit is a newer one, and this is a place that's been around for a long time over off of Knuckles, Hickory Tavern, but then they opened over in Regency Mall. Before it, awful.
We can say it was terrible.
If they were still there, they would not be on this list. But now that Twin Hickory Tavern is there, it's pretty cool. Every time I go to McCormick's, you can hear stuff going on the roof at Twin Hickory Tavern now, right? They've got karaoke nights, they've got big screens, they've got all the things out there. It's right in Regency Mall, but it's actually done up really, really, really nicely.
Let's go to another one. It's the Quirk Hotel, probably one of the most aesthetically pleasing stops in Richmond. No, keep it in there, keep it in there, keep the quirkiness in there. It's very chic, very popular, very cool. So you're gonna hear a lot of people talking about like, went to Quirk. I've seen like people doing their like bachelorette party things there. There's a downstairs, but we are talking about the rooftop, and it's really, really cool. You got a great vista. I would say young professionals are gonna gravitate there. That's what, when I'm there, mixing around, like, man, this is like a really solid vibe that people could gotta really engage to. So if you haven't been, make sure you dive in there.
Yeah, so we're essentially finishing with the 2 hotel rooftop bars that are left. And I did that because I think most people, if they search for hotels, or they do the search and it's like the 3 big ones. So we're closing off with the ones to figure if we've lost you by now. The last one is the Byrd House. That's located in the Graduate Hotel, kind of the financial district of Richmond. Keep in mind, some of these, like, I don't know about Solaire, but Byrd House does not open the rooftop until like April. So if you look them up right this second, we're filming this in April. If you look it up, it may actually say it's closed, but it does reopen in April and it runs all spring and summer. That's the one that's kind of contending for tallest right now compared with Solaire. Again, because Richmond is kind of located on like a hill that does this, right? But I think for the views, I think the Quirk, then Byrd House, then Solaire, if we're going for just top views in Richmond. But hopefully we gave you some ideas.
Try some of these places. Get out of your comfort zone. Go downtown and really enjoy yourself.
And what did we miss, guys? So if there's something we missed and you're like, how
I
dare
can't
you guys?
imagine what we missed.
We got most of it, right? And like someone will come up with something.
Something that we wouldn't even expect.
And guess what? I know Common House exists, everybody. It's just a membership. So we didn't put it in there, but we know it's there. But you can totally go up there and have a drink. I'm just kidding. I like Common House. Common House is pretty cool spot. So guys, thanks for watching. Let us know what you want us to talk about in the videos later.
Whether you're looking to sell a house, whether you're looking to buy a house, whether you're looking to invest in some properties, do you need a restaurant review? Do you need just 2 guys that'll give you great information? Well, hey, two good-looking gentlemen are here.
We want to do a nice walking tour of Scott's Addition video one day, tell you what's down there, what we really like right now. We want to do as well on some of the best sandwiches. So let us know what you want to see, like, subscribe. Again, if we can help you with any of your real estate needs, let us help you. We run the #1 team at eXp Realty in Central Virginia. We'd love to help you, and we'll see you next time.